Our organization serves people with physical disabilities. So one of the sports that we offer is called sled hockey, and it's just like hockey, only the participants are sitting down in a sled. Some of our individuals have a disability that makes it difficult for them to grasp their stick. So we proposed a project that they would help us come up with an economical way that we could keep the stick in the participant's hand while they were wearing a glove.
Students realize what they are doing has market value. They figure out, oh, I'm solving problems. It's part of the engineering curriculum.
They took a simple ACE bandage and attached it to the outer edge of the glove. So when the person puts the stick in their hand, they can take the ACE bandage and wrap it around the glove and secure it with Velcro.
My students have worked with, I think, about 19 community partners at this point.
Freedom House Women began doing service learning with the University of Akron 7 years ago.
What we try to do is get an experience for the students that they wouldn't have otherwise.
One of the things that I specifically try and do through my service learning projects, though, is to connect the students with populations or demographics that they might not typically get to interact with.
I worked for CSS, which stands for Community Support Services. What they do is work with homeless people.
We had to write a grant proposal, and then we presented it to a board that would decide who got the money.
I actually really liked this project. It was different. You wouldn't expect it from just an English class.
It took us out of the classroom and into the community.
Service learning allows them to really get an understanding of what it's like out there in the real world, trying to put together a grant.
My experience was at the Akron Zoo, and we tested the pH levels of the fish.
The project was about the pH of our different water systems and exhibits around the zoo.
They took water samples from different aquariums and they looked at the pH, and when they do surgery on fish, they give them something to put the animals to sleep, which also then lowers their pH. So they have to work with buffering systems to put them back in the water so that the pH is fine so it doesn't kill the fish.
So the students were learning about pH and buffering capacity, and then we were getting a nice database so that we don't necessarily have to go through all of that testing each time we work on a fish out of a different system within the zoo.
It simulates the world of work. Students come in a team group and they have to figure out how to do the project. I tell them what they need to do, but I don't tell them how to do it.
You go out and do it to, get, like I said before, the hands-on experience and to really get a hold of it, because it's different just hearing it in the classroom and then actually doing it.
They're getting that hands-on component.
And they're able to really apply what we've learned in the classroom then out in the real world.
The students are more engaged, they're more passionate, they gain a deeper understanding, they can apply the content that you talk about in class. They learn higher order thinking skills. They learn how to problem solve, make decisions, and think critically.
That's invaluable for not just what it means to the nonprofit charitable community, but to them as individuals when they go into their workplace.
Employers really liked that I had a line on my resume that said I advocated and earned a grant for an actual nonprofit.
Personally, I think every freshman should do a service learning project. It's going to take some work up front on the part of the faculty, but the reward is absolutely worth it.
Every opportunity, every project comes with its own rewards and its own difficulties, but it's been fantastic.
It really focuses on getting young people to understand how important service to community is.
The benefits are so amazing for the students.
They have the sense of belonging and they are eager to learn.
Work you're doing as a freshman, no less, it's out in the world and it's helping and it's making an impact. You can be 18 or 19, but you can still make a really big difference in the community. It's fulfilling for me as an instructor, and it's fulfilling for my students.
From our side, our staff loves to work with young people. It invigorates us, it sees new potential, it sees new perspectives.
And I can honestly say that we would not probably be open had it not been for the service learning students coming out and helping us with those projects.
Every person, there's a seed been planted, and you never know how it comes to fruition later on.
The service learning project actually made me kind of stronger as a person, made me decide what I really wanted to do.
Who knows which of those students might come back and be a marketing director or an executive director of a nonprofit.
And I have professors coming to me and asking me now about service learning and how they can incorporate it into their classrooms. It was probably the best experience of my college career.